Okay, let me get this out of the way. I didn't steal that donkey, okay? I borrowed it. And it wasn't even my idea. Jesus told me to take it, to borrow it, right? Okay, this is how it happened. Earlier today, there was a large group of us, and we were traveling from Bethany to Jerusalem. We stopped just outside the city, and Jesus looked at two of us, and he said there was an unridden donkey just inside the village, and asked us to go get it. He said if anybody, asked us about it, we could just look at him and say, the Lord needs it, and he'll send it back. So the two of us beat it into town, and the whole time we were like, what is Jesus going to do with a donkey, right? But by this point, we realized you don't second guess Jesus, right? He hadn't told us why, and we didn't ask. We just got him a donkey. And when we got back, that's when it happened. Some people put their coats on the donkey, and Jesus got on the donkey, and when he got on the donkey, I don't know. It's like everyone started shouting and dancing and singing, and some people were throwing their coats in front of the donkey. There was some of us that grabbed some palm branches, and we started waving them in the air, and that's when it clicked. Jesus had finally arrived. I know that sounds weird. No, it's like this. In the past, we would get excited because Jesus would do something, a miracle, or there would be some parable or something he said. We'd get excited about it, and Jesus would always be like, "Shh, come on, guys, nope, just be quiet, And then we'd come up with some idea. Hey, let's do this or let's do that. And Jesus would be like, no, guys, not now. Not now. But today? Today was now. Today, he finally let us shout and sing and dance and treat him like the Messiah that we'd all been waiting for. Finally showed up. I don't know. I don't know what tomorrow holds. It feels like it's something big, but who knows, But it doesn't matter what happens, because Jesus showed up. And there's nothing better than when Jesus shows up.
We will rock you. We will rock you. This, the opening bars of a Queen classic. During the festival of the Passover, the city of Jerusalem would have been filled with devout Jews from all over the country. Thousands upon thousands of people all in one city, ready to celebrate their history and their God. It was a time when the Jews in the city would have vastly outnumbered the occupying Romans. Pilate, the reigning governor, had to keep order and show all the people who was in charge. So about that time, a couple of Jesus' disciples are looking for a random donkey tied to a post. Pilate would have been rolling through the city in a parade designed to show force. Pilate would have been riding on a giant horse or a chariot, and the Roman army would have been there with swords and shields, banging and clanging and making as much noise as possible. It would have been a show of force designed to keep the rabble intimidated and overawed, quiet and in their place. Now the parade is over. The banging and the clanging are in the distance, and in another part of the city, people hear singing. They gather around the gate to see what the commotion is, and here comes a rabbi on a donkey. No armies, nothing fancy, just a guy on the donkey. Here's what Jesus and the devout people knew that Pilate probably did not. The prophet Zechariah said, "Shout aloud, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, your king is coming to you. Righteous and having salvation is he, humble and mounted on a donkey, on a colt, on a foal of a donkey." Even Jesus quotes this half of the verse. The second half of that verse goes like this: "I will cut off the chariot of Ephraim, and the war horse from Jerusalem, and the battle bow shall be cut off, and he shall speak peace to the nations." You have two entries into the city, each one entering from a different side of the city, both of them for one purpose: to bring the people together. One to dominate the people in a united fear, the other to unite the people in peace. One side comes in on war horses in a show of force. The other comes in on a donkey, humble, basically one voice singing against the multitude shouting. Again, we must ask ourselves in this time of year, what is our countenance as a people going to be? Are we coming in from one gate or another? Are we going to frighten the people into the kingdom, or are we going to love them into the kingdom? Are we using fear or love? Are we going to approach the conflicts at work or in our homes with shouting and force, or are we going to come together to create peace? Jesus brings peace, truth, love, and understanding. The disciple in this video is right. There is nothing better than when Jesus shows up in our world, in our church, in our homes, in our hearts, in our minds. It all starts here with us.